fact that Jagaban is coming to be part of the APC does not mean he cannot be a change. If that was the case, Nicodemus could never have acknowledged that Jesus Christ is the Son of God, because he has been part of the people that adored Jesus outside. So, in other words, I'm not speaking for Jagaban, but I'm just assuming. Let's just say Jagaban knew the atrocities that SLPP and APC have done to the people of that country, and he still want to use that medium to change Sierra Leone so that the people can know that people can change. You can change society when we have the right people.
Hello, Sandy. Good day. One thing I go tell you, me brother, now this. No matter how you hail Jagaban, I want for you to be aware of one thing. That's as long as Jagaban you not come with the intention for create a third force in Salone, you decide for join APC or SLPP. Believe you me, now old skin tight, now new skin tight, but always. They tell you this left for make like say this is something special, because we politician in a salon, no matter how good a leader be, and then will make it become a bad leader. I want to let you blow. There is no perfection in humanity. APC sit down for their hand self make. They never patient in your position. They never for be a responsible position. What you really you try for tell me? What you try for tell me, my brother? With no insult or whatever. If you think say he is your candidate, be mindful no more. What a man no guarantee. Yeah, I like what Jagaban do. As long as he's not coming from a third force point, decide for glue to them party then they. To the wicked party then party they, we don't destroy Sierra Leone. 90% of Sierra Leone destruction rests on APC. 90%. So if they like it, they putting up, they talk like say he's God sent, he's extraordinary. With the source way fella, my brother, na powder or na water you put na blind. Now water you put na blind. Get this on today's date, on this 19th day, I tell you this. October. Say one man be engaged me in my line, tell me. Say yes. Motaman not to God, yeah? Maybe you get little idea about godliness. I don't know. But before I drop this, let's tell you one thing. You know, it make differences exist in humanity because we are humans. We're imperfect. There's anybody where even when you say your objective, you get interest area. That's one fact about life, especially for we humans. So the biggest error we they play with, and the cause we Jagaban take. If only we they help your way they strike so, it become with a third force. Sierra Leone a third force. Sierra Leone need with vibrant, ready for stand the test of time, for really change the face of Sierra Leone. Now that makes some of they blame the APC. Say, then before allow this man for govern in a free atmosphere, let we able for judge as a people. But because they not allow even from first time to even this time now, there are disturbances here and there in the prison. People don't know partners, not contribute nothing to Sierra Leone. What can APC bring? 24 years they hold Sierra Leone. What they go bring? And through Jagaban will change. If you say with the goodness of Jagaban they do, now go make if Jagaban by a point of argument, let's say become a flag bearer of APC, a win election, Sierra Leone go change. My brother, we are not in that phase. Some of where the Europe so now with it, I tell you this say, we too don't see in development strikes of Europe. Sierra Leone can never, except next war. But many see and coming safe. This is one thing I will tell you. Heart to heart, I tell you. You are trying to be a good analyst, but this Jagaban propel from the source of the APC is incorrect. It's not correct. You get for bow you hate. in shame because the party are more so APC. No, don't do well to Sierra Leone. They just think it's alone and their personal property. Look, people where election pass, they're not prepared for election. Then they claim today to the world, begin bringing electoral justice, say that they win election. The neighbor gives a lot of people blue. Well, me and you know, say 2007, now hand over power to them. But the others sit down and watch them and allow peace for reign. But they're not allowed that. Now the APC, the property, they through Jagaban.
All right, so first of all, I normally don't respond to messages like these, and I'm not even supposed to play it in my platform. But I have 4 reasons why I brought this audio, and I decided to keep the person anonymous. Now, this man said, let me not try to portray as if what Jagaban is doing is special. That is my first offense. Number 2, he said, I will bow my head in shame. Number 3, he said he don't see Sierra Leone development, maybe next war. Number 4, he said the APC will have allowed President Bio to rule in peace. 4 things. Those are my 4 offenses. Now, the bonus one that makes it a 5 of the 5th one is the fact that he's staying in the diaspora. I've always been telling people that one of the major problems we have in that country are the diasporas. If we are sharing the problems of what Sierra Leoneans at home are doing, if we give them 30%, 70% is going back home to the diaspora. Now, let me just start by reading first, because he said something. Maybe I'm a religious person. Now, I'm not going to talk about my religious life or whatever, but let me just read something to you, what Nicodemus said to Jesus. Because this man said, maybe he think I'm somehow religious, yeah? Now, let me just read to you what Nicodemus said to Jesus. Nicodemus told Jesus, he said, Rabbi, we know that you are a teacher who has come from God, for no one could perform these signs you are doing if God we are not with him. Now remember that Nicodemus were part of the Pharisees outside, or part of the people outside who has already judged Jesus, who have already said in the cloud different things. But Nicodemus made it clear to him that forget what we said in the crowd, forget what we said in public. You understand? I was just trying to do my job, but we know that what you did is only someone who is sent by God that can do these things. So which simply means people can act in certain situations, not because that they are those kind of people, but because the community, the prevalence around them, that is what it allows them to do. And for this reason, Jesus spoke a lot of things to Nicodemus by telling him, for one to enter the kingdom of God, you have to be of what? Blood and water. For one to enter the kingdom of God, you have to be a born again. Immediately when Nicodemus said that, imagine when the moment Nicodemus made this confession that all these things you are doing, we know you are a rabbi and can only be performed by who God has favored. Immediately, Jesus started explaining. Now, let's leave that part. You can go and do further research on that. What is he trying to say? The man said, APC has messed up that country. Yeah? And we know that. I've already said that the 2 political parties that are responsible in disrupting the peace of that country, SLPP and APC. But I also want you to know that the fact that Jagaban is coming to be part of the APC does not mean he cannot be a change. If that was the case, Nicodemus could never have acknowledged that Jesus Christ is the Son of God, because he has been part of the people that have judged Jesus outside. So in other words, I'm not speaking for Jagaban, but I'm just assuming. Let's just say Jagaban knew the atrocities that SLPP and APC have done to the people of that country, and he still want to use that medium to change Sierra Leone so that the people can know that people can change. You can change society when we have the right people. True or false? Now let's leave the other part when the man said Sierra Leone will never develop. He don't see that coming. So have you seen how the kind of negative mentality that this man is having? So to him, if you listen to him when he said APC have not given SLPP the chance, it sends a signal that undercover is an SLPP man, which I blame him not for that, because he has a right to his political opinion or belonging or whatever you want to do. But saying Sierra Leone will never develop because the party that is in power, that people are talking bad about, you think apart from that party, any other party cannot do well, That's not a good thing to do. And he said, let us not assume that whatever Jagaban is doing is a special thing. I should not paint that kind of image. Bro, are you telling me that all what he's saying that Jagaban is doing is not special? Okay, if it is not special, who has done it before? Who has even done at least 10% of what Jagaban is doing before? From independence up to date. I mean, what does your dictionary tell you about special? I don't know what your dictionary says, but I think you have to go and do a recheck. And lastly, he's saying, I'm going to bow my head in shame. If Jagaban failed the people of that country, the same way I trolled President Bio, we troll them the same way. I supported President Bio when he first won his first election, his first election, based on the policies and implementation he was doing. You understand? Other people said a lot of things about me. I collected bribe because he's my brother, because we came from the same district, because we are from the same tribe. I didn't listen. Immediately when he diverted from that road, I left him because I don't have permanent friends. I have permanent interest. So, bro, chill up and let us be positive and support Jagaban until he proves himself to be otherwise. But for now, here's the big deal. You're welcome, and I'll see you on the other side.
Mozambique TV.